Hills are a great tool for our volleyball training, and today I want to show you 10 exercises you can do at any hill or slope. Exercises that will help you significantly speed up your legs and also increase your vertical jump. But why should you train on a hill? Because hill or slope training, like start training, has the unique characteristics that you have to overcome an elevation gain, so there is much greater effort and strain on your legs and body than when running on a flat ground in indoor halls or athletic stadiums. You know it yourself, when you go up the stairs or when you are on a hike in the mountains, overcoming an elevation of several hundred meters always makes us sweat. But I don't want to advise you to run long runs up hills or to jump 20 big jumps in a row. What a volleyball player needs above all is dynamics, explosiveness, great acceleration in a few steps and a very good vertical jump. That's why I don't recommend running longer 50-meter hill runs either. Sure, some coaches are fond of these challenging runs and jumps and include them in their physical preparations. But most of the world's volleyball teams are moving away from the practice of long runs and challenging hill jumps and replacing them with modern methods, which I try to introduce in my videos. Before we get into the actual running and jumping, I want to mention the surface to run and jump on. Because you can choose between running uphill on the road or on a grass. Personally, I'd rather recommend running and jumping uphill on soft surfaces. Although, for example, in my video on increasing your jump, I also did the exercise on concrete stairs. Because I assume you'll want to work as hard as you can, run as fast as you can and jump as high as you can. So a softer surface like a grass or a hill or a slope like in our case is better. Asphalt and paved roads have the advantage that you can train on them all year round, even in winter if there is no snow on them. Also, asphalt can be wet after rain and you can still train. Anyway, I don't recommend training on wet grass for speed and jump in any case. It's really risky and you don't want to hurt yourself. For our workout, we chose a ski slope and beautiful surroundings around Lake Lipno. In the winter, beginners learn to ski here, and in summer it's an ideal environment with many places to practice run and hill jumps. Just by walking up a part of a slope, we warmed up our muscles and got the blood pumping in our veins. Still, we need to do a short dynamic stretch, do some exercises for ankles, calves, legs, back, hips and shoulders. After the stretch, we are going for a warm-up runs. We just need to slowly run up a hill about 15 meters long 3 times and slowly go down after each run. For the actual runs, we will be fine with about 10 to 15 meter distance, also depending on how steep the hill you will be running is. A backpack, a sweatshirt or anything else you can see from the lower starting position will be enough to mark the distance. Anyway, longer runs are not needed for developing speed and dynamics now. Rather than the length of the run, I find the maximum frequency of the legs and the number of sets of each exercise is more important. The first exercise, which is partly still part of a warm-up and has elements of the athletic ABC in it, is running uphill when we lift our knees as high as possible while running. In this run, we do not take long steps, rather we try to lift our knees as quickly as possible and run the distance we have set out. We repeat the same exercise twice more. The second exercise is sprinting with small steps, similar to stepping into each spot on an athletic ladder. We try to maximize the frequency of our steps, ideally working mainly on the toes of our feet. Again, we'll do 3 runs. Now we are getting into classic sprint technique. We run up the hill as fast as possible. For a distance of 15 meters, you should take around 10 to 12 steps. After each run, go down slowly. The rest period should be about 30 seconds between each run. And we'll do 5 runs in total. Another exercise that already combines running with elements of jumping is hill running when we try to take the longest step possible. Especially the initial 2 steps are challenging if you start from a static position. In total, we'll do 3 sets of this run. So now we are moving on to the hill jumps. We start with simple and small jumps. We do calves jump uphill for a distance of about 15 meters. We are going to watch our technique. We don't want to use our hands too much now. We can keep them on our hips. Repeat the exercise and the jumps from the calves 3 times. And after that, we are at the most challenging exercise of this hill training. We are going to do long hill jumps. Each jump we try to maximize the jump and land as far as possible. Because we are jumping on a very soft surface, we can do more jumps in one set. In our case, there were 12 jumps on a 15-meter section. And I can say it wasn't exactly easy to do one set. So don't forget to rest at least 30 to 45 seconds between the 5 sets we have to do. Now we are going to combine jumping and running. We'll find a good spot on the hill to start, which should be as flat as possible. We will stand on the spot, jump with our knees as high as possible, and immediately after the impact we will run a distance of 5 meters. This is a combination of several elements to develop dynamics and is partly a plyometrics exercise. In total we do 5 repetitions. The next combination is to start and run uphill after 2 short sideways steps. We will do the side step in a lower horizontal position. The second step is followed by an immediate start and running uphill for 5 meters. Here too we will have 5 sets and starts. After these challenging drills, we change the jumps and sprints to sideways hill steps. This drill is especially good for receivers and liberos who need to get into a low position when receiving a serve. We will do 2 sets to each side for a distance of 10 meters. And let's not forget about the back of our legs. Most of the exercises we have done so far have focused primarily on our quadriceps muscles and calf muscles. These were forward motion exercises. Now we are going to supplement that with backwards hill runs. We are going to turn down the hill and run backwards up the hill. As we run, we try to take small quick steps. This exercise will activate and highly engage the hamstring and butt muscles. And 5 times in this way we run up the hill to a distance of 15 meters. We need to run backwards to compensate for the imbalance of our movements in volleyball, because the vast majority of our movements are forward, and that's not ideal. You will see for yourself after this hill workout that there is no need to run long runs and barely grab a breath after each run. The workouts we did were not primarily focused on developing fitness and increasing our lung capacity. Instead, we ran short runs, jumped short distances, and I'm convinced that if you try this complete workout, you'll see that it's not a completely simple workout, but that your legs will feel this workout too. But more importantly, we have incorporated another type of soft surface training into your workout that is important for volleyball players. And again, I have to repeat, we can keep doing the same things and exercises in our training for a long time. Our body gets used to them, and after a while they stop being effective. That's why uphill training with runs and hill jumps should also be part of your training plan. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.